This is another really compelling example of how understanding the way this test is designed and understanding why circling the question can be so important could actually be the key to helping your students perform significantly better in the math. On the bottom of page 64, anybody who's ever taught math and has ever taught algebra understands to solve for some system of equations, you can set the variable equal to one of the other equations. You can solve to get one of them. You can take that number and put it into the original equation. You can solve to get the other one. Then you can take those two values and solve them together. If you notice on page 64, this takes up almost half a page of work. This, however, is not how we want to solve equations. Why? Because we're smarter than that. If you take a look at the two equations they give us, we've got 4x minus, what are the two equations? Equals what? I'm sorry?
13.
13. And then
X plus 2y.
x plus 2y
Equals 3.
equals 3. These are the two equations that they give us. Solving it all the way for one variable or the other is a waste of time. If we follow the rules we said before, that you're going to read the full question and then you're going to circle what they're looking for, what do they want to know?
5x minus y.
5x minus y. If you take a look at these two pieces and the thing that they're looking for is another equation, another expression, I guarantee you on this test there is a way to solve for this in one step. If we've got a 4x and an x, how am I going to turn that into 5x? Just going to add. Negative 3y plus 2y gets us negative y. 13 plus 3 is 16. And we're done. One step, 13 plus 3. Half a page of work to solve it the way the students have learned in school. The reason I point this out is because they're so used to solving it one way, they forget, again, that the concept is that there are multiple values that we can combine to solve for other values. That's the fundamental concept in systems of equations. It's just they're used to solving it differently. So if you clue them into circle the end of the question, this becomes incredibly easy. On the SAT, you only have to use addition, subtraction, or multiplication to combine equations. xy equals 11. And x plus y is 7. And they're looking for x squared y plus xy squared. For many students, you put those three things together and that looks really, really scary. But we obviously can't add to get to an x squared. We can't subtract to get to an x squared. But if we multiply x times xy, we get x squared y. If we multiply y times xy, we get xy squared. So the answer to this is just 7 times 11. And we're done. This shows up on the SAT frequently. It's a really, really great way to prove your math chops to your students. Because remember, they're used to finding this stuff from their math teachers to be really complicated and long. You want to highlight how brilliant you are and how we've got better ways to solve questions on the SAT. This section is awesome for that.